Okay. What drugs did you do?
Marijuana and cocaine, powdered cocaine to specify.
For how long?
In a window of about, I'm saying a window of about 7 years. Recreational.
Would you consider yourself an addict at that time?
No, never did. And the reason I never felt that I was an addict because I never did it to the extent that I would wake up with any type of hangover. And it wasn't something I woke up to.
So what were your triggers? Like, what would make you want to?
Actually, it was the party. It was partying, or just being out having a good time. It was part of the party.
So if you never considered yourself an addict, what made you feel like you needed to stop?
Maturing, as a man, maturing as a man. The finances of it, spending your hard-earned money on drugs to have a good time. It was what else, to be real honest with that? And got tired of the company that you keep while you're doing drugs, the company, and their behavior. And one other aspect to that, putting yourself at risk to access yourself to the drugs. Finding somebody that you can go purchase it from. You always had to go in a bad neighborhood to get it. Those kind of things.
So at that time, were you in a relationship?
Part of that, yes.
How did that affect your relationship?
I had to separate myself because doing drugs wasn't a part of our relationship. In other words, didn't have to completely hide it from my significant other, but that wasn't a part of our relationship. It wasn't something that we did together, or it wasn't a part of our relationship. And when you separate yourself from someone that you are tied to as a person, that puts strain in the relationship.
How do you think your life would be different if you hadn't
did drugs?
Yeah.
Probably would have been successful quicker. Probably would have succeeded at what I was doing in life quicker. Because let's face it, drugs puts everything on hold. It puts everything on hold. And a question that you had asked me, I'm going to bring it back to you. When I say it puts everything on hold, it also, not just your relationship with your significant other, the relationships the relationships that you have with other people when drugs are involved are not built on a secure ground. In other words, it's like I thought you was who you was, and I thought me and you was all this and all that, but because of drugs, you may just play me out, and you never know what that other person's need level is. I feel like I had mine under control, but do you have yours under control? Alcohol's never been an issue for me. My father was an alcoholic, and so that steered me away from alcohol. I mean, I drank socially, and I always hated how to feel. I believe I may have been drunk once in my life, because I've always hated, how alcohol made you feel. So You know, having a father as an alcoholic was my greatest deterrent. We don't consider what drugs do to our family, our kids, whether it's affected their chemistry because of drugs in our system, or whether it affects how it affects them and having to deal with us dealing with drugs.